not on the screen yet, but I think we're streaming. There we
Aha, we're
go.
here.
Welcome.
We're here.
Welcome.
Chat. We
Hello.
see how are all of you tonight. Welcome to the second to last episode of the John Marsh series of the Run and Kev podcast.
Yes, welcome.
Mm-hmm.
How's everyone
First,
doing today?
yeah.
Well,
How
Sakram
is it?
Solma, I'm sorry, but you were the first one in chat when the video started.
Yeah. You might have to get the Darwin Nichols, though unwillingly.
Yeah.
I'm getting pop-ups to join the stream, but I'm the streamer, so this is a little strange.
That's fun.
322, yo, what's good?
Pretty cool. Welcome.
Hello, chat.
Yeah, well, it turns out it is, so welcome.
It is. Oh,
Spirit
Fearbuckle
Buckle.
77 says spoop.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome, everyone, to the penultimate stream. If you can't tell, this is an image of Darwin.
Is it time for the epic sauce? Yeah, it's epic sauce times, Fearbuckle 77.
What does epic sauce taste like?
Probably like pasta sauce.
It is pretty good sauce.
Chat says, Shpev, have you been practicing? I'm assuming he's talking about practicing my instrument. The answer is no, not the one I should be practicing. I will, though, tomorrow, in a ditch effort to cram.
I don't know what you mean, Sakram Sama. This is a very beautiful picture of my cat.
Chat says I'm a nerd. Chat, I know who I am.
Let's move it up a little. Ooh. And now you can see the bottom of his ear.
It does look like an SCP.
You think we could like crop it this way and like upload it?
Honestly, we could put it as an STP on STP right now.
We could. Yeah. 3 pairs
Yeah,
of
there's
eyes.
like 3 pairs of eyes. Chat, you're right.
I I think I just don't know what to look for because I know what's what in this picture.
Yeah, I see a cursed fucking like raccoon that has like an unhinged jaw and missing an eye. That's what I see. I have no idea where Darwin is. Chat says, we will be playing STP soon, which is true. You know, Ren, I had an idea. Maybe we should have a game night on stream one time.
Oh, we could.
Maybe. Good.
What, invite everyone? Everyone talks?
I mean, maybe we could do like a. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Yeah, we get a bit hectic, you know.
We'll get Twitch banned. Well, depending on who we add. If we add you,
Yes.
Sakram Soma, we'll probably be Twitch banned.
Probably. Although he's probably referring to randoms who didn't consent to it.
He said yes.
To you. Okay. So, how are you feeling about it? We're near the end, even closer than last time.
I'm honestly a little emotional. I have to be honest. I was Chad. I don't know if you know this, but I was stopped by my neighbor today, who asked me, "Now I heard you were writing a book with what's his name, Ren." I was like, "Yes, I am writing a book." And he's like, "Now what is it about?" And I had to take a second, really think to myself, "What is this?" And I'm never gonna get that question answered.
Yeah, it's like I was thinking about this the other day. Actually, it there it's not entirely devoid of meaning, but I can't think of anything it's about.
I guess it's just a satire.
I guess, but what are we satirizing?
Ourselves.
Yeah, okay, maybe that.
Which neighbor? Chat, I will not disclose the neighbor for those who don't know my house, though. It's the neighbor across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean. Chat says John Marsh is working on a case one that might be the biggest yes. Yeah, but that kind of gets around the question of why is there a finger chapter?
Why indeed? Well, I think actually the answer to that is because we felt like it.
Pretty much.
More specifically, because you felt like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, chat spamming
In
in
Japanese, it
different
looks like.
languages. Well, we have a
Oh,
Chinese
yeah.
blob and then
First one.
some Chinese, some Japanese.
First one looks Chinese, then Japanese. I don't know.
So, chat, are we ready to rumble?
Yeah.
To
How's
rock and
everyone
roll?
feeling? The
Yeah, I'm
game.
gonna have one more jelly bean while we wait for chat.
Mm.
That wasn't a jelly
Gotta,
bean.
gotta. I don't know, what was it?
It
There
was
we
a piece
go.
of chocolate, but
Oh,
I
chocolate's
was looking
pretty
for a
good.
jelly bean.
I think chocolate's pretty good. The game I will be
Hold up.
playing today is Kingdom. Kingdom New Lands. But
Yeah,
it's the same one.
Renson Kingdom, and I got excited that he was gonna play Kingdom Hearts.
I. How would I even stream on the PlayStation?
I think that's a feature. It
Maybe.
has to be, right?
Probably.
I don't know. I'm not a PlayStation streamer.
Neither
I
am I.
stream a book.
That's true, we do.
Chat says when it's not a jelly bean. Crying, pretty much. Yeah.
Ooh, who are these guys?
Chat says more like Kingdom Farts. What do you think about that? Okay.
I guess so. Maybe?
On that note, I think we should pivot. Now, chat,
Probably.
this is a 9-pager.
It
So,
is.
we'll get to you at the end. It might be a bit of a... Kenyon's going to read this all the way through, and then we get to talking to chat.
Probably, yeah.
And that's alright with you, chat, and alright with Ren. I'll probably do. So, see how long I last before I start to throw up because I have a coughing fit and I don't have any water with me. I literally have no water. I'm fucked. Anyway. Pivoting. Chat says I'm pivoting. I am pivoting.
I made a bad decision.
Already?
Yes.
You've been playing for 10 seconds.
The builder doesn't get me money, but if I'd bought an archer, he could have shot the rabbits.
Could've.
I already made a bad decision. Anyway, go on.
Alright. Gotta finish this jelly bean.
Oh, good. A chest.
Chapter 17. What did it all mean? A question often asked over the course of an investigation. In one case, I recorded that one of the many dead bodies on the scene had their left hand making a peace sign. I related this to Hess as he was reading through some of the books on a lectern. I think it might have been some kind of manifesto. As I was walking to him, he suddenly took out his notebook and mumbled, "So what does this even mean?" Sadly, I never figured out why the body was making a peace sign. It was cremated and buried before I could have an inquiry with the mortician. If only Hess were with me now. Could I convince him to free himself from the IRS's clutches? I do miss him. Sometimes. What does it all mean, indeed? When I woke up next, I was greeted by Fritz watching over me while munching on a Big Mac. My neck was also unusually sore. "Where did you get that?" I asked Fritz. Fritz stopped chewing for a moment and looked over the burger. "Seeing you as you so uncouthly appropriated my breakfast burger as I slept, I found the need to procure another," he eventually said. "There is another for you, if you would like it." I seriously considered it, but somehow a burger for breakfast felt wrong. I shook my head. "Thanks, but I think I'd rather find a dinner or something. A nice plate of sausage. Find a diner or something. A nice place of sausage and eggs is what I need." "So be it." I lifted myself up from between the front and back seats and tried to comb my hair with a bit of my fingers. It occurred to me that it would be a good idea to buy a comb sometime in the near future. "What have you learned from watching me sleep?" I asked Fritz. "You fidget about a lot when you sleep. It suggests to me that you dream a lot." "Is that so?" Fritz nodded. "You're something of an idealist, so it seems. Normally, I would have no use for idealists, but you have already proven your utility in dealing with Brian." So I have, I said. I could feel the beginning of a dull pain at the base of my neck. Nothing serious, to be sure, but it was sure to ruin a day that would be otherwise validating, I suppose. When I had done what little I could do to prepare for the day, I jumped back into the driver's seat. "What's our plan of attack?" asked Fritz. "Well, there's a lot to consider here," I said. "First and foremost, we don't actually know where the guides will be meeting. I could certainly see that being an issue. How, then, do you propose we discover the meeting place?" "That's where we might be in luck. Last night wasn't a full moon, but it looked pretty full. I think whatever diner we stop at, we should ask someone when the next full moon is. Maybe they'll be selling an almanac. Either way, we have time to find out." I decided that we had dawdled enough for the morning. As I spoke, I put the key in the ignition and began to drive in search of a diner. "The plan, then," I continued, "is to drive around the town every day until we spot someone shady. See, in my experience, the guidesmen dress very distinctively. We'll be able to spot them easily, and then follow them to their meeting place." Fritz clapped his hands enthusiastically and said, "A brilliant plan, as always." Few more minutes of driving, we found a suitable place for breakfast. Surprisingly, the diner we had found was packed with people. A weekday as it was, or was it the weekend? It had been a while since I had last read a calendar. I guess I had lost track of the days. I do remember on the police department calendar it said there would be a pizza party at the end of the month. Before I knew, it could be February already. Anyway, the point was that Fritz and I both felt like we shouldn't have been so many people there. We were both extremely fortunate to have seating. How long would that kind of luck? How long would that kind of luck last us? When the waitress came over with the menus, I asked her if there were almanacs for sale at the front counter. "We sell a few magazines," she said, "but not almanacs. You'll have to go to the bookstore or something to find that." The bookstore? Did she think we had that kind of time? Evidently so, and it was her loss. Though personable, she wouldn't be a Marsh Detective Agency employee material with that kind of deductive reasoning. "How would you feel about splitting an order of pancakes?" Fritz asked shortly after the waitress left us. "I'm not terribly famished after my breakfast burger." What did it all mean? I've never been a terribly big fan of the Capitol. I visited once or twice as a member of the police force, but never on my own. I found it to be a cold place, corporate, governmental, and impersonal. The man on the street will just as soon The man in the street will just as soon pull your pants down and laugh at you as he will tell you where to go to get one of a kind limited edition G.I. Joe belt buckle repaired. Could hardly imagine what it must be like out east in New York. Life wasn't like that out in Sedgwick. Hess knew just about everything and everyone in town. So did Parker, even James. I knew all three of them, so it was like I knew everyone in town. I just didn't get that feeling in the Capitol. It was the seat of government, too. And when it's the government, there's the IRS, one of its many tendrils infesting the country. Sure, they call themselves the state treasury, but it's all the same. I know they are. Why would the guidemen ever decide to hold their meeting in a place like this? What does it all mean? "What are you planning now, John?" Fritz asked. Got a few paces away from the table before it occurred to me that I hadn't responded to Fritz's question. Turned to face him and said, "Not a big fan of pancakes, thanks. Just give me some eggs and sausage. I'm going to ask the older person if I can find, the oldest person if I can find when the next full moon would be. Old people are wise, right? They know things like that." Fritz nodded. "The waitress returns. I'll relay her order to you. Good luck." I wandered around the place for a few minutes, but it was somewhat difficult to focus on the task at hand. I developed a small headache. Should have asked Fritz to order some ginger ale or something medicinal. Eventually, I noticed that someone with graying hair had walked in and sat at the counter. I watched him for a moment just to make sure he wasn't an IRS agent before walking up to him. "Good morning," I said. He replied. "I was wondering, could you tell me when the next full moon would be?" The old man stared at me for a moment before breaking into laughter. "Why, you on a tight schedule? Have some virgins in delivery you need to have sacrificed?" His laughter drew a few looks, but most were only brief. A woman who sat to the right of the old man sighed and said, "Full moon should be this Thursday, so that'll be about 3 days. I hope that helps." "Thanks," I said. "Don't mention it." I was about to walk away, but I figured that this woman was helpful. Maybe she could be even more helpful. I walked up to her and asked, "So, say, have you seen any strangely dressed men walking about? Melissa sighed again. Possibly she was short of breath and said, "Can't say I have. The only people I've seen who I'd call strangely just were in Tennessee, and I'd rather have nothing to do with them, to tell you the truth." "Well, thanks anyway," I said. "I hope you feel better soon." With my questioning finished, it was time to return to Fritz and hopefully find a nice plate of eggs and sausages waiting. The meal was wonderful yet quick. We had a lot to do, only so much time to do it. I tried to pay with that money I had in my pocket, but it wasn't enough to cover the small meal and a 20% tip. Fritz insisted we use his social credit system, as he called, to pay for his dinner as well. I thought it was a bit unfair, but for a lack of other options, we used it. We spent the rest of the day surveying the winding streets of the capital, looking for any signs of the guideman's presence. I wanted to turn on the radio on while we worked, but Fritz said that he just about had it with all the propaganda. I didn't exactly want him to go alone. He certainly would be killed on his own, so I conceded. It turned out that you can still learn a lot about people just from watching them. Come to think of it, that's what journalists do before they sell their stories to reporters, isn't it? We watched one man running out of an apartment complex with a microwave in his arms, only to trip on its cord and fall over. The microwave didn't survive either. Another time we watched an overweight policeman chase down another man down the sidewalk. The whole way he was fiddling on what looked like a gun or a taser, but he was exhausted before he was able to seem like get it operational. One time we saw a man dressed in crimson bathrobe with a floral pattern. From my experience, this man was dressed a lot like a guardsman, so we followed him for a bit. Took a left and then a right and went down a few more intersections before he started running. Why would he run if we didn't know we were onto him? Of course, we followed. Felt confident as we were in a car and the man was on foot. We drove after him for a few good minutes until he ran into an alley, pulled the car over, and tried to chase him, but then it was too late. The alley was dark and the man was gone. A missed opportunity. By the time night fell, we hadn't seen anything else. The woman you spoke of to is correct. Then we have plenty more time, Fritz told me, as he went through the McDonald's drive-thru again. Fear not. It wasn't wrong, but I didn't feel good about the whole thing. The hopeful optimism of the morning, the previous day, had been replaced by dejection, perhaps. But there's always tomorrow. We parked on the outskirts of town and ate a silent meal. Fritz soon retired to the trunk of the car to get some sleep. The only after I promised him not to eat his breakfast burger. I did much the same, lied down across the middle seat. Dull pain at the base of my skull made it difficult to fall asleep. But as father used to say, good things come to those who wait. What did it all mean? You were just there. You're hiding under a tarp, but you know that doesn't fool me, yet you still did. Did you want me to find you? Obviously not. You didn't want anything. You were dead. If you could tell me who killed you, why didn't they dump you on the side of the highway? Why did they hide you under a tarp? Where would I find you? Do they know I would find you here? Were they counting on it? It was all too convenient after all. Were you in on it? Was Brian? No, he was strange but not devious. But who here can say the same for you? What does it all mean? 4.5 days, or for 2.5 days, we'd been looking, driving around the streets day in and day out, avoiding cops who I might have once shared convenient space with nothing to show for it but a missed opportunity and a headache spanning the 3 days. It was trying to consume me, I knew, but I wouldn't let it. I had to beat it back for the sake of the John Marsh Detective Agency, for the sake of my first client, Marissa Shulman. Whoever she actually was. Of course, it was somehow out of an exaggeration, but the pain was maddening, if only because it wouldn't go away. It's the last night before the full moon, and the realization finally dawned on me. The time was a bit early to start patrol around 10:50 p.m., but I pulled into the nearest parking lot and put the car in park. "What are you doing, John?" Fritz asked. By his voice, it was clear he was exhausted, just as I was. I slumped back into my seat and said, "I have it all figured out." A moment of silence, shock and awe on Fritz's part, most likely, before he asked, "Then, you know where they'll be meeting tomorrow?" I've been suspicious for a long time, but I've never wanted it to be true. "Marissa, how could you have done this to me after my first heartbreak too? Why? Could you elaborate?" It drew my patience sometimes that Fritz was so imperceptive. "Brian told us the guy would meet here in the capital, right?" I took my first month. "And we know there are two types of people who live in the city. Corporate people and government people. You follow?" Fritz nodded slowly. I believe so. "Remember how I mentioned that when I found someone's body it was just lying on top of the side of the highway?" "Yeah?" Well, the time it struck me as a bit convenient. See, I've been pursued by the IRS since the start. It's obvious a ploy of theirs, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Do you know who is the headquartered here in the capital? The governor? Well, I suppose he isn't wrong about that, but it's the IRS! Sure, they call themselves the State Treasury Department, but it's all the same. It's all the same people attempting to consolidate their power for our finances. At this point, I think I saw some standing under Fritz's eyes. I couldn't see them behind me in the sunglasses, but that must have been there. It wasn't stupid, right? There never was a council of guidesmen. It was all the IRS, and tomorrow we go to the source of this conspiracy. Continued. We're going straight to the top. I was looking at Fritz's eyes now. I could see the excitement building. By this time, we were at the tail of the end of the investigation. I had solved it. We're going to beat the IRS at their own game. And that's where Chapter 17 wraps up. Chat. What do you think? I'm just going to take a second because that was a lot. Chat, what do you think? Chat says, oh damn.
Oh,
That's what they say. Or, wait, are they going to going to the president? John Marshall's going to war. I mean, pretty much. Obama, Biden, the IRS had it coming. That's true, chat.
they definitely did.
I think they very much did.
Yeah.
This is intense, friend.
I was going for that bit.
Chat says, wait a minute. I'm waiting, chat.
Oh,
Chat also says, Kev? Yeah, that's my name. I guess.
what are we waiting for?
Fear Buckle said, wait a minute.
Ooh, well, I'd like to know what we're waiting for.
Well, I don't know. Is there... Oh, John Marsh terrorism? Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. That's what it's
Yeah.
shaping up to be.
Domestic terrorist John Marsh, pretty much.
You know, I think he's going a bit insane going after this one woman for so long, who we found dead, not to mention.
He's the man behind the slaughter, yes. Is he the man that committed the crimes? Which crimes?
Yeah, depends what you mean.
Yeah, he's committed plenty of crimes.
Yeah. Not during wartime though, fortunately.
True. Chat says maybe he's the one who committed the murders. You never know.
Oh, maybe.
You never know, chat. We'll have to see next week.
We will.
It's gonna be a big week. Pissing in public drinking fountains. That's a very John Marsh thing to do.
Hmm. Is it?
I mean, if I say it is, right?
That is true. Anything we say is canon.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it is our book.
Yeah, that is true.
I bet he signs his letters with a pencil. You think he knows how to write?
I mean, he must be able to if he was in the army, no?
I don't know about that.
Hmm.
Do you need to know how to write to be in the army, chat? Do we know?
I guess I don't know. Hello, dear.
Chat says, nah, you just need to know words. I mean, technically, yeah, you need to know how to speak.
I would be concerned. Yeah, if you didn't know how to speak and you were in the army. Ooh, farmer number 2's coming up.
Rem,
Yeah?
chat also says, yes, you need to know how to sign the waiver that says the IRS owns you now. That is true.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Chat
So,
says that was a good chapter.
that's
That
good.
was a very good chapter.
Oh, thank you.
I
How
think
are you? Hmm?
I'm very happy because it leaves what I wanted to write. I thought you were gonna get to what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
which
Uh,
I'm very happy you didn't.
yeah. Yeah, I was worried. That's like I was when I was writing it, I was kind of thinking of doing a double chapter pretty much at first, but that wouldn't have left you a lot of room, would it? So I didn't do it. How are you feeling about it? About having to end it all? Hello? Are you there? Oh no. Canyon? Canyon! Uh-oh. Oh, I hear his bass.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, welcome
Um,
back.
so I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, next time, feel free to. I mean, when we do this next time, if we do this next time, feel free to write as much as you'd like. But I'm so happy because I was like, man, I've really wanted to write this specific scene. Now I can.
Yeah. Well, we got to work with each other a little bit.
Yeah. Would you like the epilogue? Maybe you can have the epilogue.
Yeah, I could write an epilogue if you wanted. I'd be up for that.
Well, then maybe there's two more episodes after this.
Maybe.
Technically, we'll have the epilogue episode.
I mean, we could have it be like we could do a weird thing where no, you tend to write your chapter on the day before, don't you? So that wouldn't really work.
We both write our own epilogue.
Oh no, I mean we could do that. I was thinking more like could do a 2-in-1 where you write chapter 18 and I write the epilogue and we do it the same day, but maybe it wouldn't work.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Probably not. But we can do whatever. You guys can't end the book. John Marsh is a real person. He's ending his story. Is killing him. Honestly, might be better for society if he is dead.
might be. He is. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the way it's shaping up, he is about to shoot up the whatever state he lives in, their Department of the Treasury.
Yeah, pretty much. Which, with a revolver and a shotgun,
Yeah,
he's going to go shoot up this building, which is going to be pretty brutal.
probably. Just knowing the way shootings go, which I don't know much about them, to be honest.
As a novice in knowledge about shooting,
Yeah,
it's gonna be pretty awful. Not gonna lie.
yeah, pretty much.
Chat says, well, that's just the IRS. Well, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. He is just shooting the IRS.
That is true. Yeah, they're not people anyway.
Hmm. Now,
Oh God. Yeah.
I was gonna say entertain chat while I run to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, yeah. So how's everyone doing? I can't see what you say, but I hope you're doing well. Um, there are strategies to this game, as it turns out. Things like don't chop down this tree because then the vagrant camp will go away. Um, fun stuff. Oh, I don't have enough money for that. I think I'm gonna pause the game and just look at chat. You guys, yeah. Well, how does everyone feel about how this is going? Predictions. Hello, Sakram Salma. What is that emoji? Oh, it's that. Cool. You think he's secretly the president? Well, president of the John Marsh fan club for sure. He's been hiding from the Yeah, I guess, if you're the president, you can legally dodge taxes. I think that's a thing. Probably.
Chat, has Ren been sufficiently entertaining?
Not at all.
John Marsh is secretly the president. He's
Yeah,
behind
that
the
that's Stockholm Solma's this is his prediction.
theory.
Yeah.
Well, that might have been our former president. He was, in fact, hiding from the IRS for a very long time.
That that's the thing though, what's even going on with him, really? Does
I don't
he
want to know.
even know anymore? I don't think he does.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to know, to be honest.
Yeah, it's probably better if we don't know. Well,
Just
yeah.
keep it out of mind.
Pretty much. Yeah. Back to the sleep paralysis demon, I think.
Now, any words, Ren? Any final words?
Oh god. Um Oh, we can't forget our sponsor.
Oh,
We're
just
sponsored by
forgotten.
Yeah, yeah.
Sponsored by George House. Thank you,
Yeah.
George House Orange Chicken, for getting
Yeah.
us through the tough times of writing and all such activities.
Yeah. All that
Brought to you by
stuff.
George House. Also, I finally see Darwin now. I finally see it.
You finally see him.
Yeah, that
That's
took a
fun.
while.
It,
Took a while.
it did. It
Still
took a
looks
bit.
pretty blurred.
Well, he's Darwin, so he just looks like that, I
He's
think.
sideways, chat. He's sideways.
Yeah, he's
That's what's
sideways.
up.
I don't know why it did it sideways, but it did. For some
It'll make
reason.
sense when you look. He's sideways.
For some godforsaken reason, he's sideways.
Hmm. Any final words, friend?
Don't do drugs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs, and or is it? Don't do school. Go to drugs.
Um, well, let's think about it from Fritz's point of view, right?
Um.
He didn't graduate, right?
Hmm. So he's don't do anything.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good message to the kids.
Don't do anything, kids.
Don't do
Don't do
anything.
anything.
It might be too much effort.
Yeah. No, nothing. No fun.
Just live out in the woods,
Yeah. I mean, it's probably COVID safe.
in like a teepee.
Pretty much. Like Fritz.
Yeah. He's the man I modeled myself after.
Hmm. Well, chat. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for participating in a
Yes.
wonderful stream.
Hope you
And we will
all had
catch you guys
fun.
for the last chapter of the John Marsh experience.
Yes. Oh God. Well, see you all around.
See you all
Bye.
around.